Hey guys, how you doing? It's Forbes1888 here, and I'm bringing you another web development tutorial. Around 2 years ago, I basically wrote a tutorial on PHP and MySQL, and it was connecting to a database, inputting data from a form, and then retrieving it, updating it, things like that. Now, as the technology has advanced and new PHP versions are coming out, a lot of that code is redundant. Now this means that basically in newer PHP versions, that code no longer works. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you how to do it another way, which is acceptable by the latest PHP version. So first of all, what we're going to have to do is we're going to create a database. Now on this database we're just going to use localhost. So the program I'm using for that is XAMPP. Now I'm just using XAMPP version 3.2.1, but you can use any as long as it's got the PDO.dll file. So once you've got this running and you have Apache and MySQL started, just go onto your browser. For this I'm using Chrome, and then just go to localhost/PHPMyAdmin. Now, I'm going to make a new database. So for this I'll just call it PDO, and you don't need to put this in, but I'm going to put it in as UTF-8, if I can find it, /general_CI, and then create this. So here I have just a database. Now in here I'm going to create a whole new table. Now for this example I'm going to be doing a sort of username type thing, where someone has a user ID, a banner ID, which is the username, the person's full name, and their age. So for this I'll just call it user_info. Now I've listed four columns, so just type in 4 here. Now you can do as many as you want or as little as you want, but just remember what you've got. So first of all, the first column we're going to do is user and then capital ID. Now we keep it as int because it's an integer, and then when we go along here we don't need to set anything at all apart from this. Now auto increment means when we add any record here, it will add the number 1 to this, and then it'll just keep counting up for every new user. Now you don't need to add any attributes or anything, that's just a bit of pointless information for this. You can add in lengths or values, so for that we're only going to have it as 3. So the next one is banner ID, and it's integer again, or if you want you can have it as varchar, which basically means it's a variable character between letters A to Z and numbers 0 to 9. So we keep it as that, and then put 10. Now you can put this again as much as you want or as little as you want, depending on how you want your username. So for the next one we're going to do full name with a capital N. Now for this we're going to just do text, because not many names have numbers in them, or I don't think any do. Or we can have it as varchar, which if someone's name is O'Donnell or has apostrophes or anything, then it still works. So for this we're just going to do 25, which is plenty. And then age. Now age is only a number, so integer. And then the length/value, we'll put that as 2. and then just click save. Now what we want to do is we want to make a primary key. So click here so we can go in, and then we're going to go up here and click structure. Now we want user ID here to be the primary key. So what we're going to do is we just tick that box, and then we're going to set it as a primary. So just click here, and then it says, do you really want to add it to user ID? Click yes. So up here you can see alter table, user info, and then drop the primary key if one's already selected, since you can only have one primary key, and then add primary key to user ID. So now we have this database selected, and what we can do is we can go to insert just to show you how it works. So we don't need anything at all in here, and for banner ID we'll just do AA 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So that's 10 characters. Full name, so I'll just put in mine, and then age, I'll put in my age. So when we click go, as you can see we don't have any values in user ID. So you can see here, one row inserted. Now when we go to browse, you'll see here user ID 1, and then we have the banner ID, the full name, and the age. Now this works fine, and it's up to you how many columns you want, what you want to set it as, but as long as you have one sort of ID that's an integer and primary key, then everything should be fine. Now this is basically the database setup, and we don't actually need to do anything else to it. So I can delete that and then just click OK, and then wait for that to disappear. So now that we have that, what I'll do is I'll stop the video, and then I'll start coding the actual form that we're going to use, as well as the pages and scripts that we're going to use. So make sure you check out the next video, and there'll be a link in the description for each video and each part of it, so you so that everyone can see exactly where I am and what I'm going to be doing. So thank you for watching, and hope to see you again soon.